Welcome back, students. So, as we are heading now towards completion of this computer networks series, this tutorial I will be covering now few of network devices. Those makes this computer network actually possible. So, I'll be just giving you a brief overview about various devices, and I'll be covering a couple of those devices here in this chapter. So, network devices, there are many devices which make this network possible or networking possible, and we are able to transmit data between two computers or across computers within room, within city, over the geographies, and that is possible because of these physical devices which are actually laying the foundation. So if we start with the first one, then we can say the physical media or physical medium. So that means the cables, physical cables. These physical cables are helping to connect two computers to each other, or there are devices in between. They act as a bridge, a connecting point. We call them. There are various devices like switch. There is hub, bridge, router. So those devices, these cables are enabling to have connection, and this is how the network is built. If we talk more about physical media, then there are basically two type of medias or communication mediums, I can say. Physical medium, that is guided medium, and unguided medium is like electromagnetic waves, so EM waves or electromagnetic waves. So without any cable connection, like we connect, let's say the Bluetooth is also we can say unguided media, but however it's not EM, electromagnetic waves. But however, EM waves are not under scope of this tutorial, since we are just covering the very basics but important topics, but maybe we might cover it in a later stage. So for now, physical media like cables. So there are unshielded twisted pair or shielded twisted pair cables, like the copper cables you see here. These are the network cables which are twisted pair cables. Then we have coaxial cables. If you have been using TVs at your home, then these twisted pair cables are used there, and they are very helpful for high frequency communication or transmission. Then we have optical fibers. Optical fibers are the latest in use network cables that provide you high bandwidth internet speed at your homes or in your offices by optical fibers. And then we have EM waves, wireless communication. So this is about physical media, and they typically making your first layer of OSI reference model. If you remember OSI reference model that we covered in few of my previous chapter, then this is the physical medium, the physical layer, actually layer one. Then we have other networking devices like switch, bridge, router, firewall, repeater, gateway, hub, modem, access point, etc. So all these are the devices together. They are building or making networks. If we take a little bit more now look into these devices, then the next one apart from the communication medium or with these cables, next is switch and hub. So switch and hub are the another most commonly used device, and switch help to send or transmit data to the destination using MAC address, media access control address. So physical address we can say. Using this MAC address, it store MAC table, and based on that it transmit data. So let's say we have eight a port here, so that means we can connect eight devices to this particular switch. So eight physical connections we can make to eight laptops or eight desktops, and then we can transmit data to each other. Then switch allocate bandwidth for each port. Switches are also more intelligent than hubs. So if we do comparison between switch and hub, switches are very intelligent. Why we call them intelligent is because they have their own broadcast domain within each port. So broadcast domain I'm not covering at this moment, but you can consider that if some data is being sent to the device connected to one, then only that communication will happening across this one, and let's say 8 1. So let's say there are two devices 1 and 8. So if 8 is sending data, then that will make sure that it will go only through one, and it's not interrupting or sending any signals to 2 3 4 5 6 ports. So that means communication happening between sender and receiver. So that is what is the switch. So that's why we call it intelligent device. However, hub contrary, it do a broadcast. So let's say if device number one want to send data to device number five, then this device number one will broadcast kind of hello to all these four ports. So it will say, hello, I have a data to port five. So then port two, three, four will see and they reject because they are not port five. And then port five will see, oh, this is for me, and I will accept the data. So that means at one time, if let's say four devices are trying to send data, then they send broadcast, and that is creating kind of collision or a lot of data traffic across these ports. So that is a drawback of hub, because the whole hub has only a single broadcast domain. That is what we call the single broadcast domain, and it works on physical layer, and it has no packet filtering also. And important thing is it is half duplex. So let's say if there is device 1, device 5, if device 1 is sending data, then at one time it can send data only, it cannot receive data in the same way. So that means it's half duplex. So first it send data and then it receive data. However, these are full duplex devices, so that means at the same time they can send and they can receive data packets. So this was just a small overview about the core, one of the most basic devices that we use within the network, switch and hub. In my tomorrow's tutorial, we'll cover a bit more overview about other devices, and then we will also conclude this uh, computer networking and basics of various network devices that we have covered so far. And if you have not listened to my previous chapter, please do listen, because this will cover and make your basics very clear, so that we can start with the other advanced topic in my coming series. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like my video tutorial, please do like and subscribe my channel, and see you in my next tutorial. Thanks.